Welcome to Christen out of the hamster wheel. In today's video I'm gonna build a little house, a little pet house for the spin doctor and Mette. I'm doing that because apparently my DIY and my bonsai videos are the ones that most of you guys view, so just gonna try to focus a bit more on that in the next couple of weeks and see how it goes. But I'm gonna insulate it and do all sorts of cool stuff to this little house so they can live in there during the winter as well. And I'm gonna use some of this old scrap wood, and for the outside I'm gonna cover it in bamboo. So there's plenty of good old scrap wood here, not being used for anything. And I've also found some nets here, and these ones are the ones you use to harvest the olives with, so we don't have to go out and buy any of those, so that's pretty perfect. Yeah, I hope you like this video, and remember to like and subscribe if you want more. Thank you. I really like these DIY projects that I do, especially when you can use these old pieces of scrap wood that I found on the hillside where we live. There's a little extra work in removing all the nails and preparing the wood, and you can't use the ends because it's pretty rotten and so on, but in general it's very satisfactory to use it so that it doesn't go to waste, and you don't cut down any new trees, that you don't generate any more like pollution into the environment. But yeah, this is one of those classic Christen DIY projects, this little house for the kittens that was supposed to be a one-day project, but of course it turned out to be a several-day project, and it also rained a couple of times. The season is really changing now here in Italy. October was brilliant weather, but now in November we can really begin to feel the weather change. But it rained all the time, and you have to pack down all the stuff and then pack out all the tools again, and back and forth and back and forth. But I got there. I'm insulating the little house with hay, like in the olden days. We'll see how it works. It will probably rot with time, but I ensured that it was really dry so that it didn't provide any further rotting in the wood I'm using, because it's very old. But yeah, fun to use your hands, and I love all these DIY projects, especially the inside walls here. I really had to be creative on how I needed to mount them. And here you see the spin doctor trying its new home and supervising the project, making sure I'm doing all right and I'm on schedule, which I was not, because as I said, it took a little while longer than I expected. But she's playful, she's crawling around on me, and that's very nice. It's good to have company when you build stuff. Yeah, like I said, I had to be creative here with the walls on the inside, so I had to cut half of the ends so I could mount them on the frame. But it turned out pretty cool. And yeah, screw in, screw and saw and all that stuff. It really really surprised me how much hay it can be in this little tiny wall. When I insulated it, when you compress it on and on and on, there can really fit a lot of it in there. I had to go get new hay all the time. That you can see it's it's a 65 liters bucket, working bucket I have, so there's room for plenty of hay. I also had to go get some new buckets a couple of times because it rained and then it got wet, and I didn't want that in the walls. And here I'm making the roof, which I hadn't thought about, also needed insulation if you want to keep the heat inside. So that took a while also, so that's why it turned into a 4-day project. And I kept on getting new ideas and so on, so it really made the process longer and longer. But look how much hay I can compress into the roof here. It's impressive. And it's, as probably some real carpenter would be able to see in this video, I'm not the biggest perfectionist here, and there's a lot of gaps. I probably need to purchase some insulation foam to make it completely airtight so the wind can blow inside and make it cool. But that I'll do later, once it gets even colder. But yeah, and this triangle for the roof took a very long time, because I had to measure all the time, and I fucked up a couple of times, so I had to change it. But the second one you make, it's like in this project there's things, tasks you do over and over, and the second triangle here went way quicker. But I think it's a cute little house, and yeah, fun project, but took a very long time. I hope they'll even use it. I spoke to Stine that if they don't use it, we can use it as a hay box. When you cook pasta and rice and your risengrød, you can put it in the house, and it'll keep the heat like an old hay box, like in the olden times, to save on the gas prices. Thank you, Putin. Yes, there you have it. I'm pretty much done. Just need to put some waterproof stuff on the roof and then put on the bamboo so it looks good, and then I'm almost done. I guess the insulation was the hard part. So now the little kittens will have a hot little villa in Italy. Yeah, and here I'm just using some old, what do you call it in English? Some old roof material, which is waterproof, but it's very stiff and not as maneuverable as it once was. But I'll figure it out. It's fun to reuse old materials. The bamboo roof of the cat house, the kitten house. And welcome to Christen's bamboo channel. Look at that. Not perfect, but it gives the house character.